TheSmartLocal.com.
We are very bad in recycling.
Hi guys!
Hi!
Where does the majority of your family's waste come from?
Angelo.
No.
Kelsey.
I only use tissue papers.
At night, right, when I go to sleep, the floor is empty. Then when I wake up, the table and the floor is like in a mess, full of tissues.
Tissue for your mucus.
Yeah, mucus, then like, I don't know, tears.
You know when a tissue you pull out fresh out of the box, then it's clean. When I dab my face and everything, I don't want to use a towel because like you hang the towel there, then I'll feel like it's dirty.
I think for Papa also, he's like documents. Like a lot of people, he will like, he'll tear it and just throw it in the dustbin.
I think we have the tendency to eat a lot. So like we're used to like big portions, so you don't really waste food.
You are the one that is most like conscious of recycling.
Yeah.
Like if you go like shopping, then they give the paper bags, then you reuse it.
Are there any practices that you follow to save the environment?
We donate lah. Every few months, we have this huge box clothes that we do not wear, we fill it up.
Shoes.
Yeah.
If you still can use it, then why not? Huh?
At least give it to someone.
In every household have that plastic bag, which inside got more plastic bags folded in triangle. Also have that.
We are well aware of like all the environmental practices. Those like the bamboo straws, reusable cups. But I think that we've never really like spared a thought to like change it. It's become like a force of habit.
I don't use straws.
Then what do you use?
Straws for babies.
Savage.
Just drink direct from the cup.
You're a man, right?
In this episode of Singaporeans Try, you will be competing against another family in the ultimate zero waste challenge.
If I go to NTUC, I can just bring my own grocery bag.
Confirm forget on.
Using your paper, you dry it, then you blow your nose, then you dry it.
Are we confident?
Yes.
Can lah, can.
50. We will try. We will try.
Hunt family. CHONG. Chong family.
It is my first day on the zero waste challenge and I've already failed because I have no idea how I'm gonna recycle this in Indonesia. I was told that I should flatten it all the way. We are on the ferry. Everyone's trash is on the way back to Singapore with me.
So I'm really hungry right now and I'm gonna buy bread. But I don't want to take the plastic, so I'm gonna ask the cashier whether she can let me have the bread, right? But without the plastic bag. Yeah, I'll just pick up. Because I don't want to take plastic bag. Save the earth.
So today is the first day of our zero waste challenge. Here's my trash so far. Mostly packaging and tissues.
So today is the second day of the challenge. It's been quite tough to make these lifestyle changes, but today I remember to bring my water bottle out with me. I also usually have these biscuits to go along with my coffee for breakfast, but because of the wrapping, I'm just going to put it aside to wait until lunch.
A few moments later.
Here's the update. I opened it.
I'm having my lunch right now. Look what I've got. Oh, I have my water bottle. I always bring water bottle with me. And look what I'm having for my lunch. This is a reusable plastic spoon and fork. The container where I always put it after eating.
Hi, so it's lunchtime now and I brought my own food. Actually, I pack food almost every day, so it's not really much of a change. But my friends over here have ordered in. And over here, we have the zero waste side. So this is a prime example of what you should not do.
Yeah,
As
don't
you can
follow
see,
this.
She's using styrofoam and then below it, she's using tissue paper and then inside plastic. Then
High evidence,
and then still got plastic carrier and plastic bag.
It's not mine.
Okay, so I was very tempted to just order takeaway, but I decided to just wait a few hours and have some home-cooked food with my family. You do today, Pa?
Today I never tapao. Lunchtime, I bring my lunch box. And tomorrow when you bring lunch box again.
Hi guys, I just arrived at the office and it's so hot outside. My goodness, luckily I have my handkerchief with me to wipe all my sweat because I'm sweating like a pig right now. I cannot leave the house without handkerchief really.
Today we all brought our own bottles so that we don't have to buy any drinks. This plastic bottle is a used bottle.
I haven't been well, so I stayed at home today Didn't put makeup as well, so at least I don't generate waste from cotton pads. I actually didn't realize lah, so I was like eating, and then halfway through I was like, oh no, like this is packet food. Then I like started vlogging.
So I just went shopping at Cotton On. They have these like tote bags which I bought instead of using plastic bags. So the pants that I bought are inside right now. And I'm thinking that I should just use this tote bag to carry all my like whatever I'm buying for the rest of the week. Like it's so cheap and it serves the same purpose, and it's actually something that's stylish and you can reuse.
So today is day 4 of the challenge, and again I'm having coffee in my bottle. I had a banana on the way to work, so it's already turning black. So I have to keep this until the end of the day. It's gonna rot by the end of the week. Plus it's already quite wet at the bottom. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I guess I just have to carry it home later.
I just woke up and my brother went to work, and this is what I saw on the table. Tissue papers.
Guys, we ordered bubble tea. Really couldn't take it. I'm gonna rinse it and recycle. So it's not so bad, right? Good job. Thanks.
So I have not been using plastic at all. Whatever plastic I use, I've been able to wash and recycle. The only problem is tissue paper. I still haven't got the habit of using handkerchiefs, so I have a bit of tissue paper waste. Now I'm really thirsty, and usually when I drink Milo, right, I just drink it out from the packet because it's convenient. But today I will do this, which I haven't done in years. I have to drink Milo from this plastic container.
Okay everybody, so I'm walking home. I subconsciously just took snacks without like thinking about it. I'm still quite jialat in terms of my wastage and whatnot, and a week has passed and I'm still, I would say better. I'm controlling myself a little better, but it's still pretty bad.
We invited 2 youths from the National Youth Council to give both families zero waste tips.
Hi, I'm Lastrina. I co-founded an informal group called Singapore Youth for Climate Action. One of the highlights that we had last year was the Youth Conversations, which was hosted by NYC. We co-organized the environment track. It was focused on waste. But I would say I'm meeting more and more youth now who really want to step up and do more things.
Hi, I'm Zinni. I am from Straw Free Singapore. Started it last year, and basically I worked with National Youth Council on youth conversations, and they've given me a grant to push out zero waste campaign in primary schools. No one was really doing it specifically for plastic straw, so I decided to do it. I would write to cafes, businesses, schools to go straw free, to ask them if they needed a talk. I was in a position to make some sort of difference, as small as it may be. Thankfully, the campaign is where it is today.
So do you have any tips for us as a family and as individuals with different lifestyles?
Kelsey was saying how you drink bubble tea, right?
Yeah.
I brought this along, so I actually used my bottle today. I went to Koi, they just mix a drink, poured it in directly, and then I have this bamboo straw, so I got my bubble tea today, plastic free. More and more places nowadays are giving like BYO discounts or so when you bring your own cup, it's like saving the planet and helping your wallet. Yeah, so it's perfect.
Not many households in Singapore cook proportionately, and sometimes, there might be excess food. So maybe the family can consider joining Facebook groups or Telegram groups where people actually share excess food at this location. If you guys can come in at certain hours, you are able to take the food.
In general, for a lot of packaging waste, you can't really recycle it, especially if it's those oily types. One way you can repurpose such waste would be to reuse it as a trash bag instead. So for example, chip bags, right? You can cut off the top. After eating your chips, you can put your trash inside. For a lot of this sort of packaging waste, it's not so much about recycling it because it's quite hard.
Give it an extra life or two instead of just directly throwing it.
Yeah. This is maybe, an old school habit, but I do really encourage bringing handkerchief. It's more of a practice habit kind of thing.
So I finally decided to take my first step to reducing my waste. Number one thing that I waste are tissue papers. I went by like the stretch of little shops around my house and got myself a handkerchief.
I gave her chocolate. She's eating the chocolate. Will she recycle this? Kel.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What you did?
At the table over there, like, want to open the door, want to open the door. I can't take this, like, so open.
So what are you gonna do?
With this, bring home now, keep in the box.
Karen, having your tea right now?
Yes.
What's inside? Is it tea leaves? Yes. So what are you gonna do with the tea leaves after drinking?
Oh, this one is good for fertilizer. Don't waste.
Really? Yes. Never heard of that.
Hi, so today we're taking the weight of the trash. We've spoken to the producers because the smell of the trash has been quite bad, been kept in a box. We've asked the producers for permission to weigh, and we're going to throw the trash after that. It's 0.66 kg.
Overall, this challenge, right, the meaning to it, right, is quite understanding lah. Not using like tissue and like plastic bottles quite hard because it was our daily routine to do. Then this challenge, you need to adapt to new stuff.
Today is the last day of the challenge and I'm here at the social space. They have like a store over there selling eco-friendly products and there's a cafe here as well. So I'm going to show you guys this area with dispensers containing different solutions. You bring your own container and you just fill up with whatever solution you want and then you go to the counter and pay based on the weight of your container. Sarah is going to buy some bamboo straws. Just get the bigger one because this one you can use for a normal drink as well.
How was the challenge?
It was tough. We have been creating more junk than we think.
Yeah, most of the things we do or like the things we waste are like quite normal to us, or plastic straws and all that. It's like, to me, making the move was still quite weird, like to bring water bottles.
When I went out with my friends, we passed by a bread shop, right? Then I realized that actually there's a lot of unnecessary stuff.
Plastic bag in a plastic bag in a plastic bag sometimes. Then sometimes you buy a lot, they still ask you want double bag.
Another thing that was very difficult for me was like using handkerchiefs. It's not that it's difficult, it's just very weird. Especially when I can just like take.
I was quite surprised that the past documents I received and also the envelopes, it was one huge bag.
I think you could have done the trash bag.
I could have separate it accordingly. Papers one side, envelopes one side. So I realized that I could actually use that to recycle.
What are some new practices or initiatives that you did for this challenge?
Handkerchief is one of the like biggest changes of my routine.
Instead of using their cups, she actually got me to go and look for this bottle with a white neck so that she could buy bubble tea. So I think that was a good effort. He was the one also telling me that, you know, the egg trays can use as painting palette. Just put paints inside.
我有叫我的佣人将那个纸跟塑胶料分开，塑胶的产品就丢在塑胶产品，纸张的啦就放在纸张的。回来的时候就是一两包，然后我们就收集满了，我就叫工人拿去楼下丢。这是上次Lastrina有跟我们提到，所以我回去就试看看。
You know those toilet roll plastic bags, the long ones? You just use a scissor to cut a nice line on the top. Actually, you can use that bag to put your recycling stuff and then you can bring it down to throw.
Will you continue to use these practices or initiatives?
Yes, we will, definitely. I also bought a tote bag, so I was like shopping for clothes. Then, you know, Cotton On, they do this thing where they sell
$2, right?
Yeah, the $2.
Yes.
Yeah, then I was like, okay, instead of getting a much, just get a tote bag.
So after the challenge, right, then I realized that I was still using less tissue paper. You know, I'm folding, then I was like, hey, why am I folding? Like, the challenge over already, maybe you can use more. But in the end, I still try to limit the amount of waste I use after that. I take out my metal straws nowadays and actually use them.
I think we will definitely try to adopt more like practices. And the first step is to get everybody a bamboo straw.
We go and do the family, the straw.
We engrave Tan family there. Wow, cool yeah.
Are you confident that you guys will win against the Tan family?
No.
Kelsey confirm cannot make it on. Like,
sure.
Okay. With us, right? Easy win. I knew it already.
But I really think that we've done like a much better job. Beat with ourselves last time. I think we win a lot.
Yeah, we win a lot.
I think after trying this zero waste challenge for a week, I think it's been very helpful for all of us as a family. And I actually think everyone should try it if they can.
Thank you National Youth Council for making this video possible, and thank you to Lastrina and Zin-Yi for giving us tips and sharing their experiences and encouraging us to do our part to help the environment.
Thank you for watching this episode of Singaporean Try.
If you like this video,
don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
And watch our other videos over there.
Bye-bye.
Bye!